So I was on YouTube and I saw a CNA, so basically a nurse, or yeah, basically a nurse. So what she was doing is that she was twerking on uh one of the patients, one of the elderly patients that they put in the nursing homes. So she was twerking on him. She basically was standing on top of him twerking. And the thing is like you're trying to support black women and you're trying to you know, encourage black women to look their best and to be their best. But sometimes it's like the few that do things that are like strange kind of ruin the perception with other black women. And I don't like that because me as a black man, I'm trying to only date black because I'm a black man. But the thing is, I'm not going to limit God in that way because I don't know, God could send me someone else in a different shade. So I'm like, I don't want to, I don't want to, you know, um, I don't want to limit my ability to find a spouse because I'm only trying to date black. I would prefer being, I would prefer dating black because that's really all I know, and I like black women. So, but the thing is, man, if it's a different person, a different shade, it doesn't matter to me as long as they're good, you know, for me. But yeah, it just looks bad that you're jeopardizing your career by doing this for a few clicks and likes on your TikTok or your Instagram reels. I don't get that. Are you gonna make what you're gonna make in a year doing your profession with this one video that might get a few million clicks on TikTok because it's strange, and it's outrageous. It's kind of rage baiting as well too. And it was a black woman dancing on a white man probably in his late 80s at a nursing home, and man, it just makes you look like you have no discipline, you weren't taken care of by parents, like there was no role models in your life, and you probably could have been high on the job. Knowing you, black people sometimes you can't put the weed down. The weed is like your god. You can't put the weed down. If a man doesn't smoke, he's a lame. Like, I'm not attracted to that. That's what some of y'all be saying. I don't smoke weed. I don't need weed. And it scares me that as a man, I don't need weed. And a man is supposed to be dangerous. So we need something to calm us down, right? So we don't overreact or do something that could harm somebody. And me, I don't need that. But as a woman, like, why do you need to be calmed down? What is so stressful in your life that you need therapeutic grade of weed to calm you down from your nerves or your stress or whatever you're going through? I don't get it. But to me, it's just when a woman starts smoking weed, it just gives me like a red flag that she's probably loose with her vagina as well. Like, because, s- hey, I used to be out here. Like, I used to be out here, and a lot of women, like, especially younger, some of these women, especially younger, they'll let you hit if you just smoke them out. If you just smoke them out, they'll let you have sex with them because I guess they couldn't afford weed, so they're just, hey, let me give my body up for some little bit of weed. And I know not all women is like that smoke weed, but it's just it gives a bad rep because I know that when you're high, your inhibitions, you can't really think on your feet because you're high. You're in a different mind state. So I'm like, if a woman is like that, she could easily be had by any man. It's just you could act like you're all tough and all that, but once you're high and your emotions are like irregulated because you're high, you're not thinking straight. Any man that it's around your vicinity can easily, do things with you. And I've seen it happen, bro. Like some of these women are so loose that they need weed to get them turned on, wet, horny, whatever, before they have sex. So I'm like, once a girl tells me she a smoker, I'm like, no, I'm good, man. I am good. You're too masculine for me. Like you're just too masculine for me. Any woman that smokes is just too masculine, bro. Like, why do you have a blunt in your mouth as a lady? It's supposed to be girly. Like, I don't know, man. I don't get it. I mean, back in the 50s, women used to smoke cigarettes too, right? So cigarettes don't make you high. They give you a little buzz or whatever from the nicotine. But so I guess it's the same thing that women used to smoke too, cigarettes. But now it's weed. So to me, anytime a woman tells me she smokes weed, it just makes me think about, oh, she could easily fornicate with someone easily because she's high. She's high all the time, and I don't want. But if you're trying to take this life serious and you're trying to find a wife, you don't want someone that's smoking because she could easily be had, and you don't want a woman that could be easily had because you want to trust your woman. You don't want to have that in the back of your head that you can't trust this woman when you leave work or you leave to go do something, or you leave for town, or you leave out of the state, out of the country. You can't trust this woman, especially let's say you're in the military. I'm not in the military, but let's say I was in the military and I'm dating a woman that cannot be happy without weed. And she gets the weed. I don't think she's loose, man. But hey, that's just my opinion, man. That's my opinion. And I've seen it in real life, so it's my opinion and what I've witnessed in life too. So I'm like, hey, I'm gonna tell you what I feel. I'm gonna tell you what I know, what I've seen, and you could tell me the opposite of what you've seen. But every time I've noticed is that the women that smoke weed are the easiest to sleep with. To me, they're the easiest, man. I'm telling you, easiest to get around the block, and that's not what you want. Unless you're not saved and you're still out there having sex, that's the one that you want because you're the easiest. They'll give it to you on the first date, second date. You don't even need to take them out to do nothing. Let's roll up Netflix. I don't know what it's like now because I'm not out there anymore, but maybe Netflix doesn't work anymore because probably Netflix doesn't have any shows anymore, right? But that that was what used to work, right? So I don't know. Whatever. If you're out there, let me know. Let me know.